Hello friends and welcome back to Experts Cafe Excel training. Today in this video we are going to see how to create a pivot table in Excel. So let's get started. So today we are going to see how to create a pivot table in an Excel. So before that, just would like to remind you guys, you can subscribe to our channel by clicking here. We release free Excel training videos every Sunday. So ensure that you are subscribing to our channel, and you can also like it and share it with your friends. And you can post your comments below if you have any suggestions for me, and or if you want to get trained on specific topic in an Excel, please do comment below and I'll ensure that I'm preparing a video on that. So to start, I've just prepared a sample data for you guys. So this is kind of a company's payroll data where I have given employee numbers, their total salary, bonuses, total tax, net pay, super fund, and company's payroll tax. So this is just a sample data for 8 columns, but in a real-time scenario, you'll have around 20 to 30 columns. Okay, so that's the idea behind using pivot table, where the number of columns or number of data that is there with you is huge, and analyzing that will take a lot of time. Instead of wasting time analyzing all the columns, you have an option called pivot table, which can be which you can use to prepare a custom table of your own. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that. First, there are two ways of doing it. Means if you are out of the data range, so this is the data range that we have from A to G, right? But if I'm out of the data range and I go to insert and click on pivot table, but here the option, so here this data range is not selected because I'm out of the data range. But if I'm within the data range and click on pivot table, it will automatically select the complete data range. Okay, so I always recommend you be in the data range and then select pivot table. That way you have all the data selected. And the second option is use an external data source. This is used if you have this data, we have this data in this file, but how if suppose you have data in some other files, in 2 or 3 different files. For that, you can select use an external data source and click here, choose connections, and from here you can just directly browse for more and add all the Excel files where you have got the data, and you can just connect it to this file. So we'll not be doing that here now. So so I have selected data range. Next option is where exactly you want your pivot table to appear. Do you want that to be in the same file here, or you want this to be if in the same file, you need to select the location. So I'll just select the location, this or anything. So but it would be good if I open it in a new worksheet and click OK. So this is a blank pivot table which you have to fill. So you'll see here this is the table, actually a pivot table, but it doesn't have anything. So it is clearly written that to build a report, choose fields from the pivot table field list. Okay, so where is the field list? It would be here. And these are nothing but the columns that we have: employee number, total salary, bonus. These are same as what we have here: employee number, total salary, bonus. So all these header columns will appear here. And here we have got areas where you can just play around with your columns. So I want my employee numbers, okay, in rows. So what are rows? These are rows. Okay, so I have got employee numbers here, and if I want my total salary, I'll select it here. Either I can do it here or I can do it here. It all depends upon how you want your data to be. So I'll just prepare the same data as we have there. Okay, I'll just push this bonus here. So if you see, there's no difference here. So only bonus, I'll show you why bonus is coming as 1. So I'm just showing you how you'll have you can use this pivot table columns Okay, so we'll try to reshuffle it. So now my requirement has changed. I want to see how many employees from this have received the bonuses. Just want to see the count. Okay, so I've by default it has come here in rows. I just move it here. So if you see here, I've got the count of employee numbers. How many employees have received the bonuses? 17 employees. So you can directly arrive it from here. But if I want to see what's the total bonus that was paid to the employees, then here when under this count of bonus, you can just click here and you have something called as value field settings. Click this and you can select sum. So if you want to see the total of the value of all the values that was there for bonuses, you can select sum. If you just want to see the count, click here. Or if you want to see the average, maximum, you can just select based on your requirement. So I'll select sum. Now you'll see these amounts have changed. So it shows me that there were $73,000 that was paid to the employees. Now we'll just get rid of bonus. I'll add one more scenario. So I want to see the total tax paid to the employee by the employee. Sorry. I'll do one thing. I'll select the data range. I'll say I want to see. So this is if I select total tax, it will show here. So this is the total tax that was paid. But if I want to see the tax range, all those employees who falls under vertical tax range, so I want to see employees who fall under this $400 who paid under $400. So all this data range, and I'll again move here. Okay, I'll change it to count. I just want to see how many employees. So this is one option, but to see an overview, I'll do one thing. I'll just remove these employees. So I have got the total tax. So this table shows me there are 8 employees who are paid around $400 tax. 10 employees have paid $469 tax. 600 one employee paid $600. So and so forth. So this is how you can see. It all depends upon your requirement. And now I'll just bring my employees. I'll bring it here. So similarly, if I want to see tax paid by the company, payroll tax, I'll move it here, and I'll move it also in the values. So if you want to see the values that was paid, you can see it here, or if you just want to see the count, you can see it here. And if you just want an overview, just remove the employees and you'll see the total count. So for 8 employees, company has paid $100. For 10 employees, company has paid $117. So this is how you can use your pivot table. Now we'll see if you have seen my earlier video on VLOOKUP, that how based on certain functionalities you'll have some additional tabs coming up. Okay, but if you have not seen my VLOOKUP video, please I'll post a link here somewhere over here. You can directly click on it and you can also view our video on VLOOKUP. So now I'm in this area of pivot table. Now if you see here, I've got additional tab, but if I go out of this pivot table, that disappears. Okay, so there are certain functionalities in Excel which creates additional tabs for you. So we'll go through it. So in pivot tables, you have 2 options: analyze and design. So under analyze, so here I've got a lot of fields. So I'll select this insert sticker, a slicer, sorry. Now slices are nothing but you do a slice. You just cut it into different sections. So all company tax overview. This is overview. It's not for all the employees. This is just an overview. Now I'll slice it more. I'll slice, I want to see the total tax ranges. So we have another slice here. The main use of using these slices is most to do is actually to do with the filtering. So say for example, I want to see all employees who have paid for whom company has paid $100 payroll tax. I'll select this, so you'll see all the employees here. So it's more to do with the filtering. So $150 paid, $250 were paid for this 4 employees. And if you want to just remove all filters, just click here. And similarly, if I want to see the tax, what's the total tax paid by the employees, $400 were paid by this many employees, $469 by this many, $600 by this many employees, $1,000 by this many. So this is more to do with the filtering stuff. Next is insert timeline. Will not be able to use this here because this is more to do with the dates. So if you have any date specific data, so you can use this and you can see a timeline based on the date range that was provided. Next thing is refresh. So if you have anything, say for example, if you have added a new column in here, I'll just try to add a new column. Or what can I select? Employee fund contribution. I'll just give 1, 2, 3, some sample data. Sorry. Now I have this data with me. Now I have added a new column, employee fund contribution, but here you'll not see it here. So first, even refreshing will not work because the data source that we have selected earlier, it was from column A to G, but we have added a new in H. So for that, I'll have to change the data source. Now you can see the data is selected from A to G. So I'll just drag the data from A to H and again drag it down till here and press OK. Now you'll see here a new column is added, employee fund contribution. I'll move that here and I'll change that to sum. That's it. So that's how you can change if you have any new data coming in, or if you want to add few more columns, you can always do that using change data source. So rest all like simple, it's clear. If you want to clear all the filters from here, or if you want to select the entire pivot table before you go ahead with some of the selections. So similarly, if you want to add some charts, you can always, so here you can see all the recommended charts that we have. We can, if there's a requirement for you, you can always use these charts and you can add it to your Excel. Next is design. So design is, as it explains, it's more to do with designing your table. So if you want to design it in this pattern templates that are provided, so you can do this. And if you want to there are certain branded rows, so you'll see, and branded columns. So similarly, it's all to do with the designing of your pivot table. So in this video we have covered how to prepare a pivot table and what are the different options that we have and how we can play around with this pivot table. If this video was helpful, please like it and share it with your friends. You can also comment below your suggestions, or if you want to see any training in MS Word, Excel or PowerPoint, please comment below and I'll ensure that I'm preparing a video on that. We'll be releasing free training videos on MS Word every Saturday, on MS Excel every Sunday, and on PowerPoint every Monday. So ensure that you're subscribing to our YouTube channel so that as soon as we release our new training videos, you get it directly in your inbox. So until then, stay tuned and have a great week ahead. Goodbye.